that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open, you'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
Okay, and welcome to Talk of the Tavern, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Travis Sivart. Make sure you check out my books. They're out there pretty much everywhere, including the audio books, such as Silver and Smith and the Portal series. Now, tonight, my vice is a big black pussy vibrating on my lap. And one of my friends, one of the viewers, listeners in the western part of Virginia sent me this Vixen Irish Red Ale, and I'm going to be having that tonight. I've tried a few of them and really enjoyed it. I want to thank Michael for doing that. And hold on, the cat is trying to put his fucking tail in my beer. And we're just going to let that settle down. Andrea, what about you?
Andrea Lachat here. I am in the office with Travis, so I too have a cat and knitting.
Yeah,
that's it. What about you, Ed?
Hey, people, it's me, Ed. Nobody sent me shit this week, but I do have a little bit of Bull Rock Sangria made right here in Virginia. Check it out. We make good cider.
Nice. And we have somebody else joining us today. My son Aiden has joined us today for a couple different episodes he'll be on. So, Aiden, welcome to the tavern, and what are your vices tonight?
Thank you. Like you said, I'm Aiden, Drakenofficial on Twitch, and tonight I'm sipping on some Gamer Subs, strawberry kiwi flavored.
Wait, what?
Gamer Subs. Yeah, it's like a powdered energy supplement, like powdered Gatorade.
Okay.
That you mix into water and has caffeine. It's keto friendly, diabetic friendly. It's fucking banging.
I like fucking banging.
Yeah. It's a good combination.
It works well in the tavern. And by the way, Maria says her vice tonight, water and checking out these cool bookmarks I got in the mail. Because apparently somebody sent Maria a little something here.
Nice.
Apparently they have shortages of Aidens in Canada. So if you're
really?
Suddenly
I'm sorry for your loss.
You could go and be the only Canadian Aiden, eh?
So if you want, we do have an Aiden here, and we will ship him to you.
Just remember,
as long as I don't have to pay the plane ticket, I'm good.
You know what?
Just lots of stamps.
It'd be cheaper to do the plane ticket than shipping.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, not even get it. Okay, anyhow, tonight's topic, what we're going to talk about is TV and movies. Is there such thing as too graphic? Now, Ed, you were the one that suggested this. So I'm curious, where are you going with this? Are we talking about like nudity, violence, language, content? Where are you looking at?
Basically all of the above. I've often heard it after a movie comes out or a television show comes out, you hear about a scene or something that offended the hell out of the masses. And sometimes I go like, really? It did? In particular, and spoiler alert for those of you that haven't seen the new Game of Thrones, there's a scene where a woman is giving birth, and as it would have been way back in the day, although Game of Thrones is fantasy, I realize that.
So like the 80s?
Yeah, sure. They give her a cesarean section, which back in those days it was death. And the next morning, I'm reading in social media about how they went overboard with the blood and gore. And it's like, really? Did they? I didn't really think so. But just wanted some opinions out there. Anybody think of something in a movie or a TV show
Well,
or something? He's like, no, they could have done without that. Just wondering. Yeah, I agree.
so Ed, okay, I know what you're talking about. I don't think that was over the top because have you seen one before? I mean,
Yeah.
it's better now because of medical innovation, but it's still kind of bloody and gory, and yeah.
And I've seen it in other movies in the past. And from House of Dragons, it was no more or less graphic than other movies I've seen with C-sections. They are a bloody, horrible situation, especially without modern clean room technology, etc. Aiden, you got some thoughts on this?
Not on the whole, like, birthing, C-section, all that. I haven't seen that in TVs or movies, though. I have seen a few TV shows where there's just blood and guts in basically every scene, every take. And one of those that sticks out the most is The Boys. But I believe that if it adds to the narrative or if it goes with what's going on in the story, more power to you. Have at.
Here's what I'll say, and we have a couple comments in chat I'm going to read off in a moment. And no, I want to read this comment first, or a couple comments first, because I'm going to add to what they say. Bree says, if there's a scene where it involves rape and incest graphic, that is too much. I watched Gerald's Game, and that movie traumatized me all over again. Maria says, I feel like this ties into another episode we did about triggers. I feel like graphic content is subjective to what the content is and for what audience. For example, I don't like watching sex scenes in my TV/movies because I'm keeping my porn and TV separate. She adds, The Boys is a show I want to watch but just can't. Because, yes, I do want to see Jensen nude. Have since season 1 of Supernatural. But it's not my thing. Here's what I'll say. Now, Game of Thrones specifically, or House of Dragons, we had 7 or 8 seasons of the previous series. The books have been out for 20, 25 years. If you're surprised by the graphic content, you haven't fucking been paying attention. That's on you. And there are disclaimers in the front of each and every episode. Get off the channel. Turn it off. Go watch Disney Channel.
Yeah. Go read a comic book.
And I want to, in that trigger episode, we talked about Thor, Love and Thunder, where there were certain viewers, and spoilers, guys, I know it just hit streaming, it hasn't even hit Blu-ray yet, but this is introduced in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Jane Foster has cancer. Now, there's other things that go with that, but here's what I'm going to tell you. They absolutely represent her as a fighter, and that cancer is integral to her arc throughout that whole movie. Mm-hmm. It gives her meaning on a personal level, not for the storyline level. So for everybody that just went, oh, I knew somebody with cancer, it shows her fighting. Matter of fact, a bit more of a spoiler alert. God, I don't know. Should I give you? You haven't even seen the end. This would be a surprise for you.
Okay.
I don't know. Quick vote. I want to. No, I'll leave it. They justify it. And if you remember, she's a fighter. The end of her arc is way.
Oh, okay.
Relevant.
We're still talking about Love and Thunder. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you? What are you going towards, Ed?
No, you just hadn't seen the end. Hadn't seen the end of what? That's all.
I've seen it. She fell asleep, and she's watching it like she's streaming a TV series. She watches a half hour, dozes off, watches a half hour. So, and when we look at like zombie movies, and they want to compare about Game of Thrones, What were you gonna say? I heard you breathe. And you want me to read comments?
Then I have a thought.
Maria says, overall, I would say that some content is too much for me personally, which, by the way, I agree with. I don't mind a nice romantic scene or even a little sex scene, but I don't want porn in my TV movies because I'm like, this is 5 minutes we could have been moving the story forward. As much as that jiggle and wiggle and bounce is awesome, I can grab that somewhere else. I'm good. She also says, which is probably why I'm really picky about what shows TV I watch too. Also, there are global, quote, too much movies as well, like Cannibal Holocaust, which actually had the director arrested because they thought it was real. So, yeah. What were your thoughts?
I was going to say, okay, so when you say too what? Too gory? No, what was it?
Graphic?
Too graphic. So, some people, I guess they think blood and gore. What about the other side? Can it be too graphic with the nudity?
Oh, hell no.
I think to some people, but also I think the intensity can be too graphic of a heavyweight subject matter. It could be too graphic in the sense of there is too much suspense. You guys ever watch the first season of Walking Dead?
Yeah.
That shit has you on the edge of your seat like oh my God, they dialed that the suspense up to 11 and did an incredible job of it to the point where by the time you're done with season 1, you're like, can you calm down? I almost don't want to watch more because I never have a chance to go, okay, what's next? So I think you can play with that a little bit, whether it's foul language. What was it we were watching the other day, a week or two ago, and they just used the word fuck a lot.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, it was Harlequin. First, episode of Harlequin. It's like every fifth word was fuck, which doesn't bother me, but it got to a point where okay, it's a bit much. You're taking away from the rest of it now. Aiden, you watch that. Did you have a thought?
Yeah, it does calm down as the series goes on. I think
Definitely.
they just
It's
want
good.
to come out really hard and strong, making sure that people know that this is an adult show. It's not a kids animated.
Right.
You're watching this on Cartoon Network.
Speaking of graphic, how about the blood and gore in Harley Quinn?
Oh yeah. Oh, that is great.
Hold on, Ed's whipping his bits around for everybody to see. Thank you very much, Ed.
I like
Appreciate
being on
that.
top.
Always excites everybody. And Bree says it's weird. I really enjoyed The Walking Dead, even though I don't like gore too much, but that stuff was pretty awesome to me. Here's what I'll tell you about Walking Dead. The gore wasn't the most graphic part. It was graphic. But that suspense level is what did it for you. That tension they built in every single scene. Maria says, Harley Quinn said, fuck too often? Are you sure it wasn't motherfucker and Samuel L. Jackson may have been in it? Maria, like Aiden said, by episode 2 or 3, they chilled out. They relaxed.
Yeah.
But that first episode, they were just hitting that to let you know, this is Penny from Big Bang doing the voice, but this is not Penny from Big Bang, the character.
This is a comic accurate Harley Quinn.
Hey, Joe.
What's up, Joe?
See, Joe runs into the tavern shouting, hey, everyone, as far as the topic, I don't mind the brutal murder, the gore, as long as it's tasteful. Which really, that's a requirement in any murder I take viewing pleasure in.
Well, so when you said too graphic, I'm like, absolutely, movies can be too graphic. I cannot remember which movie this was, but the guy's changing identity or some spy movie, and he can't see, and he reaches in the fridge to pull out a sandwich, takes a bite, it's moldy.
Isn't that Osmosis Jones?
No. That was fun. No, but that made me gag. Any of the murder and blood and stuff. Okay.
Was that Bruce Willis?
No, it wasn't Bruce Willis. I think it was Tom Cruise or something, or
Yeah.
whoever, Jason Bourne, or I don't know. But that was too graphic for me. I can deal with other things, but somebody eating, like, drinking spoiled milk or eating mold and then gagging makes me want to throw up.
That is weird, okay, because you bring that up. Sorry, but yes, squirrel jumped right into my head. I can watch violence in the movies. Does not bother me one bit. You get in an operating room where they're cutting people open and sewing shit up and stuff like that. No, turn that shit off. I don't want to see that.
Aiden?
Nope.
I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. I got a ring alert. Power's going out near me, so if I just disappear, everything's cool.
That's Aiden saying tavern is a little too graphic for him. He might have to hold up his yellow card and step
a little
away.
too much fuck in the tavern.
Fuck yeah.
There's not enough fuck in the tavern. But, yeah, we all have our things. And that is absolutely fair. You know, Bree mentioned, you know, if there's incest or rape, that's something for her. Andrea, you mentioned eating a moldy sandwich or had surgical surgery as opposed to random exploding bits.
What about you?
Cockroaches?
Okay.
Cockroaches? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
To a point. Like if they're like, oh, there's a roach. But when they like zoom in and just show that under chassis with that crisscross of the plates and that little fucker is like running across somebody sleeping, heading for their mouth or a nose or into the ear.
Ew.
Yeah, icky.
No.
Icky. Ew. Don't do that.
So somebody had mentioned, like, if an animal's getting hurt.
Mhm.
Okay. I have a problem with Jurassic Park. The brontosaurus left on the pier and their friends are leaving and they're crying. Oh my god. I'm like, no, I can't watch it. That was so sad.
Because of that 8 seconds of that movie, Andrea has refused to ever watch that fucking movie again. It's gonna die in the explosion.
I know it's not real, but that was very graphic.
No, that was a real dinosaur. It was just a stunt dinosaur. Hold on a second. Let me read some comments here. Maria says, but I do find that in general, for any prime or popular show these days, it seems like in general, the popular ones are getting more graphic in general. That is a lot of general, and that, yeah, and she's not a fan of that. Maria continues with, for example, how popular was Game of Thrones or The Boys or the other 100 shows that have graphic content in one form or another. Bree says, I cannot with animals getting hurt in movies. I could care less about humans as long as the animals are okay, which is a general rule of movie and book writing. Don't hurt the kid, don't hurt the pet. Oh, you're fine, Maria. You just typed a lot of extra in general. And, yeah. What were you going to say? I heard you.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to see over the fish.
It was a brontosaurus. Actually, it's the brachiosaurus, because brontosaurus doesn't exist, though they're bringing it back because, well, anyhow, that's a whole nother show. But Joe asked, was it the brontosaurus or the triceratops? I remember that one guy lying his head on the stomach as it took in a breath. No, that's the first original movie. She's talking about the latest trilogy, the second movie, where they're evacuating Isla Nuba, and they're getting all the dinosaurs on the ship, and the one brachiosaurus like lumbers to the end of the dock and just misses the ship. And you see like the lava coming down behind it, and it goes, ooh, I speak whale. And the whale's like, fuck you, it's hot over there, I'm leaving. Big graphic. How dare that whale?
It was, oh. I know, right?
So. Okay.
The chat.
Let's wrap this episode up. Let's get some closing thoughts. Now, Aiden, you not having been regular here, Sometimes closing thoughts are long and rambling. Usually it's basically a recap. And sometimes it's just like what they said. Because somebody else says it better.
Yeah.
You got some closing thoughts over here?
Don't do that to the dinosaurs.
What about you, Ed?
I'm going to do what they said because, yeah, everything has the disclaimer at the beginning. So, if you think you might be triggered, don't watch it.
Aiden?
Don't watch any of the Human Centipede movies.
Have you seen them?
I've seen the first one.
Any
I don't want
good?
to watch the others.
Is it?
I mean, is there a reasonable plot, or is it just like, let's make this gross concept thing?
Let's make this gross concept a thing.
Okay. What?
Yeah, that's one of those where the eating the stuff. Nope.
Right. Right.
Oh, it was a very graphic movie. Well done.
Well, also, like, Saw and Hostel, there are some movies that feel like gratuitously graphic. Saw has a really nice little mystery wrapped up from what I've seen, but the movie Hostel, Hostel, that just felt like torture porn. So, here's what I'll say. Yeah, movies can pretty much go over a certain line for any individual person. But as Ed said, there are warnings up there. If you go to IMDb, there is generally breakdowns by other people who have watched it, let you know what kind of crap to expect. And nowadays with the internet, you can find info anywhere. So, if you have any reason to suspect, research before watching it. This way, you never have to complain. On the other hand, if you just like bitching about shit, we'll see you in the comments then.
Yeah.
See, I forgot to roll the outro music during my closing thoughts again. That's what I get. I'm rolling it right now, but I'm trying to jabber
Damn it,
on.
man.
I know, right? It's So anyhow, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you join us for the next episode also. They're on all your favorite streaming services. We do have a live, not so in studio audience and all that stuff, as well as merch. So just check us at bit.ly/Travis Podcast. And we'll catch you all next time.